All right, so let's talk about some things. Let's talk about where you want to be a year from now. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I had a conversation with a client, and a client that I hadn't spoken to in a year, right? And at that time, she wasn't quite ready to check out these 5 tips. And we get to that place where we're not quite understanding the who, what, when, where, and why of certain things. And I'm going to talk about those 5 tips today. So where do you want to be in a year? And the question was answered with not where I'm at now and not where I was at last year. Something's not working, right? So we get this like, what worked for me before isn't working now. And when you can get to that point of understanding that maybe you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, we know that's borderline insanity. I know, been there, done that. So maybe a year from now you want things to be completely different with your health, with your weight loss, how you feel about your body, your relationship with food. I hope a year from now you're not going to answer me and say, I'm still stuck chasing the next diet and not seeing results. I hope that when I say, where do you want to be a year from now, people are not saying, right where I'm at, stuck on this diet roller coaster. Because so many people get stuck, right? So if you don't know who I am, I'm Melanie Sobocinski. You're probably, if you're catching this video live, you are on my Facebook page. If you are listening to the recording of it, you are either watching the recording of it in my Healthy Living group, or you are catching the podcast recording on my Create Your Balance podcast. Either way, thanks for listening. So, do you want to be stuck a year from now? If I can teach you one thing today, or any day, it is to stop chasing the false promises and the short-term results. And learn from my mistakes. And use these 5 simple steps I'm going to tell you, because they will help you create sustainable, long-term results that the diet industry will not tell you, and they will not share with you. But let me tell you about some of the mistakes I made so you can learn from them. I can tell you that I was probably the queen of the next quick fix, of every yo-yo dieting, and of the self-sabotaging, each single one of them. I was stuck in the numbers world of counting my 1,200 calories to the T and overtraining, working out way more than I probably should have been, just to lean out or have a tinier waist. And that was a huge mistake. I felt like crap. And I could say that I was kind of slowly dying on the inside. I was actually wrecking my insides. I really was. And I wasted so much time and energy and money on the bullshit shakes and magic potions and the fat-burning supplements and all that crap. I was throwing little bits of money here and there. Over time, that freaking adds up. So I was wasting money instead of like taking a step back and saying, what can I do that's going to work, and where do I want to be a year from now? And it took me a while to understand, because I honestly thought that I was going to find the answer to those things and get those results with each next new quick fix. And learn from my mistake. Did not work, okay? The diet industry is a $72 billion industry with a 95% failure rate. Have you ever heard me say that before? 5% of the people will succeed on a diet. And of those 5% of the people that do succeed and see results, more than half of them gain that weight back over 5 years. More than half of them probably gain twice as much as they lost over 10 years, right? So the before and afters, that's why I'm like, no, just don't bother. So, and just let me just take this for an example of where do you want to be in a year? Conversation with someone that I haven't spoken to in well over a year. Wasn't quite ready yet. A year later, 30 pounds heavier, feels like crap, can't stand all this, that, and the other. Questions. What are you doing to try to lose weight? All of the mistakes that I just talked about, we're still making. And we can't figure out why. Trust me, I did it over and over and over again. Even though I knew that each quick fix was going to just get me right to where it was before I started. Frustrated, angry, hating myself, feeling like a failure, all that stuff. But the diet industry plays off of our weaknesses, and maybe this one will work, and maybe I'll just throw some more money at this little quick fix, hoping that it will work, instead of investing into something that will definitely work. Again, the diet industry is not a quick fix. It is not a one-size-fits-all. But where do you want to be a year from now? Sometimes it's a tough pill to swallow, because if you look, let me just ask you, look at what you have spent in the past year alone on all these things that I talked about. Quick fixes, magic shakes, magic fat burners, wraps, lotions, whatever it is. $40 here, $100 there. You're probably spending roughly $100 a month, if not more, to get no results, but frustration. Is that worth it to you? Where do you want to be in a year? So my client said, I want to be in a different place. I don't want to be stuck here. I'm tired of being stuck here. Like, I'm in my 40s. I've been doing this over and over again. It's not working anymore. I need to be in a different place. So that's where we introduce these 5 steps. This is the method, the Cerna method that I use with my clients. And it starts with 5 simple steps, okay? And one of them is getting to the core, understanding why you want to lose weight. We need a foundation. We need something to start with. We need something to work on, not just because I want to be thinner, or because, Susie's doing it, or because I have a reunion, because the diet industry could care less what happens after you fit into that dress you need to fit into in 2 weeks. They don't care. They don't know why you want to lose weight. They don't know why you struggle with food. They don't teach you that either. So getting to the core of that. Again, step 2 is mindset. Like, we almost have to unlearn everything that we learned about the diet mentality, the diet industry, because guess what? 95% failure rate. Why do we continue to do it over and over again? There's a mindset thing that needs to change up a little bit. And you kind of have to unlearn a lot of what we've learned. And that was tough for me. And it's still a little bit of a struggle. But then I go back to, like, here's my foundation. Here's why. Here's why I'm doing it, right? If you are in your 40s, if you are approaching your 30s, if you are in your 20s, just listen to this. Where do you want to be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? If you continue to do the same thing, you're going to be stuck kind of where most of us 40-year-olds are that have done these mistakes that I talked about. And we need to heal. We need to heal our relationships with food. Our metabolism is very messed up. We need to heal our hormones. And we need to understand real nutrition. So that's another step. That's like step number 3 step number 4 is nutrition. It's not 1,200 calories. It's not. Okay, we're in this age group, majority of the women I work with are in this age group that we do need to work on healing the metabolism and healing our hormones and understanding what nutrition means and what it means to be nutrient deficient and then enjoying our food. Because I'm not one of these people. Honestly, I'm not. I'm not like knocking anybody who is like, I need to have me my wine. And good. I want you to have your wine night or whatever it is and not worry about going over your numbers. This is where we learn about nutrition. And we heal our relationship with food, heal our relationship with our body, and you find the freedom and the balance as to what works with your life. Not what Jillian Michaels is bitching about or telling you is not wrong or is not right or whatever. I'm not picking a battle with her. I'm not picking a battle. I used to like her and she kind of upset me recently. When you know, you know. When you don't know, you don't know. When you know better, you do better. Okay? Learn from my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes and seek support and accountability from someone who's been where you're stuck and has gotten out of there. Okay? Because everybody's different. So, let me just quick recap the 5 steps just in case I rattled them out so fast. 5 steps is 1, working on the core, the foundation of it, understanding why, changing up the mindset, ditching the diet mentality, kind of unlearning a lot of what we've learned because we've made some mistakes, right? healing the metabolism and the hormones with real nutrition, right? Understanding those things, understanding why we're eating things, what we should be eating more of, those kind of things. How to find the 80-20 balance and finding what works for your life. Because sometimes you have to step over all the pennies that you're wasting on the next quick fix every so often and throw some dollars in an investment that's actually going to work for you. So hopefully these 5 tips are something that you can be open-minded about and understand that the mistakes of the yo-yo dieting, self-sabotaging, counting calories like you're the Count from Sesame Street and obsessing over it, feeling like crap, and seeing the same shit different day. Where do you want to be a year from now? Ask yourself that. If it's right where you're at, keep doing what you're doing. If it's someplace different, these 5 steps may be something you want to look into. That's all I have for you guys today. Again, thank you for listening. If you're watching me live, you're on my Facebook page, Melanie Sobocinski. If you are listening to the podcast recording, you are in the Create Your Balance podcast. And if you are watching the replay of this, it's probably being shared in my Healthy Living group. So check those out. Healthy Living is just for women. Sorry, guys, but maybe your wife wants to join it. Go ahead, check it out. That is all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you have taken these tips and you're ready to take some notes on them and understand them, and you have listened and learned from the mistakes I've made, because I know that I'm not the only one out there. So you guys have a great day, and we'll chat later.